Welcome to the Inside Story on Franchising, with valuable insights on how to create multiple streams of income through franchising and building businesses. Host Ricardo Matos has spent more than 25 years building businesses in multiple industries and helping other business owners succeed. His expertise and entrepreneurial know-how will educate and inspire you. On the show, Ricardo brings together industry experts and insiders who share solutions and strategies, along with a passion for helping entrepreneurs make the best decision when it comes to buying a franchise or any business opportunity, and much more.
Welcome to the Inside Stories of Franchising. Today we have Blanca Abbud, was born and raised in El Paso, Texas, where she graduated from high school at the age of 16, became a valedictorian at the age of 21, one of the youngest get a degree in bachelor's in biology and chemistry from the University of Texas. She also got her MBA at the age of 31 with a concentration in healthcare from Texas A&M. Blanca Abbud produced winning results in organizations and individual contribution and sales team and leaders delivering consistent results. Blanca, welcome to our Inside Story of Franchising. How are you?
Hi, everybody. Hi. Thank you, Ricardo, for having me on your podcast. I'm so excited to be here. I'm doing well, trying to stay warm here in Texas. We got a little cold front that came in, so trying to stay warm and keep working with clients during this time of need during COVID.
Well, I'm glad that you're staying safe and staying warm. And, you know, you and I, we know each other for quite some time. And one of the things that sometimes, even though I'm so connected with people in the business, in the world, I've always been intrigued about your business and what you do and what it's all about. Can you tell us, to all of our listeners, about a little bit more about yourself and what is it you actually do within your company and the people who own businesses?
Yeah, definitely. So a little bit about myself. Thank you for that introduction too. I'm a vice president currently at a company called Engage PEO, and we are a PEO company. So a PEO is a professional employer organization. And what we do is we help companies professionally employ their employees, and we also help them with all their back-end office and all of their operations that include payroll, HR, time and attendance, technology, onboarding, employee benefits, risk management. So really everything that you need to be able to operate with employees, that's what we do for our clients. And we do it for small business owners all the way from 10 employees to large companies. And we also do it from franchise owners. We have several clients that are franchise owners.
Very nice, very nice. Now, what is Engage? I know you just mentioned the PEO, and what does it, how should I say, how do the business franchise and owners become part of, you know, the Engage PEO?
Yeah, so basically what happens first is we do an evaluation of the business and we look in, there's a couple different levels. So you can be a startup business or a startup franchise, right? So we take an approach on a startup as a budget standpoint, as how much it's going to cost for services, how much is payroll going to cost, how much is employee benefits going to cost, how much is insurance going to cost. So at that point, we create a budget for the business to let them know exactly what they're looking at as far as operations. If it's already an established business or an established franchise, we go in, we conduct an evaluation. At that point, we create a proposal that will show cost analysis, that will show a financial case, a business case. And then from there, the client would move forward and saying, yes, I want to partner, because really being with a company like ours is not a vendor partnership. You're not just working with a vendor, you're working with a true business partner that is there to help you in all of your operations, that is your point of contact, that is the experts that you need in each area that you may not have. And so once we establish that agreement, we start performing and working together. And there is a process that goes on that is called an implementation process. That process in itself can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to get everything up and running.
Very nice. So basically, is that one of the latest trends in the industry, to allow business owners to use your service, and or Or the benefit that is across the board for any type of entity or business? Is that one of the aspects that you actually take into place in consideration?
So actually, our type of business and industry has been around for a long time. However, in Texas, it's not very well known because unfortunately, Texas is a little bit late in the game on a lot of trends. So a lot of companies in the East Coast and West Coast already use our services and already use companies similar to ours. I like to say that we have the best, obviously, best service. But using a PEO company has been around for years. It only has recently now in Texas really kind of got up to speed. But so yeah, using a PEO company is a trend. It is an unconventional way of saving money for your business because some companies may not be able to afford a full HR director for their business or a full benefits coordinator for their business. So instead of hiring an HR director, a HR generalist, and then an employment attorney, and then a benefits specialist, you hire us and we take care of everything. So it's a big cost savings, and it's really outsourcing, right? So that's what you're doing. You're outsourcing functions in your business that you may not be very good at, or you may not have the money to hire a person in each area. So as a small business owner or even a mid to large business, instead of hiring multiple people at different salary levels, you would hire us and we would take care of everything. But to answer your question, Ricardo, there is a lot of trends right now that are occurring that are very important for people to know, especially with COVID. So right now, one of the biggest trends is onboarding and HRIS, which is Human Resources Information Systems Technology. That technology right now is the trend. So if you are a business in Texas and you do not have an HRIS system in place, it is important that you look into getting one. That will offer you full HR files, electronic onboarding, electronic paperwork, electronic handbooks, electronic signatures on policies and procedures for your employees, contactless onboarding, electronic open enrollment, and employees will be able to do that from their phone, from their iPhone, from their tablets, from their laptops. They do not have to come in to talk to people and fill out, paper documents for their onboarding and have paper files. That is no longer what is going on. And it's unfortunate that a lot of businesses are still not paperless, are still not in the new way of doing things, which is paperless, which is electronic, and HRIS is a big part of that.
Well, it's funny you answered the question that I was going to ask you, and that's a great thing due to the fact that COVID-19 has become a game changer for all people, type of industry. And I can tell that basically on what you just said is that Engage is surpassing all the other companies out there to help business owners and business alike within the franchise world or any type of business to understand that there is a need for companies with service like yours in case they haven't prepared for that so they can be ahead of everyone else. That is a great insightful information that business owners, they need to understand and have on hand. So now let me ask you this. What can you share? What are some of the things that in business owners, besides what you just stated about becoming HR fully automated, that can be more valuable for business owners to use your service? I know you talked about saving money from the standpoint of COVID-19, making everything more electronically. You also cover certain things about your service that allows not to have certain employees as a permanent employees that creates a differential. What are the benefits that you actually create a valuable insight for business owners to use your services in a cost ratio or percentage ratio?
Yeah. So a couple of things. So we have a lot of different benefits. Right now, the biggest benefit with COVID is that we have HR consultants and HR specialists on hand. We also have employment attorneys on hand assigned to each client that are helping with updating their policies, because a lot of policies now in businesses have to be updated with COVID restrictions, COVID procedures from the CDC, guidelines, COVID procedures for OSHA. So all of those policies and procedures have to be updated for a business to be able to run and function according to those guidelines. So we have the attorneys in place, we have the HR consultants in place to be able to help those companies make sure that they are keeping in compliance. So a lot of things that we talk about is compliance. How is a business in compliance? Is a business in compliance right now with the new COVID regulations? That's the biggest thing that we're helping our clients, and one of the biggest benefits, as well as we have created what we call a roadmap to reopening for businesses to be able to reopen. And what we do there is we do strategic planning around the business and what situations could present themselves in how to resume operations. We have meetings and strategic planning on risk and safety guidance, legislative compliance, that is either local, state, or federal compliance, and then also employees and workplace issues, because now there's a lot of issues that are happening in the workplace that before were not happening, right? So how to manage those issues, how to reinstate benefits, how to test employees for COVID, how to do job descriptions, how to classify employees from salary to hourly, exempt to non-exempt, wage and hour policies. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, Ricardo. We can sit here and I
talk
have
about hours and hours, right, about this.
Hours of how we help our clients. But those are the main things right now that we're doing for our clients.
So, and those are great tools, basically, on what you mentioned. Now, I know you said you have a lot of documentation, a lot of compliance tools and entity. Now, when people work with you, do they have like a dashboard, designated representative? How are your intricate of tools integrated into any other people's businesses? You know, this day and age, irrelevant to the fact of who you use or what you use, it seems like every company has some kind of website that they integrate with your business, or some kind of dashboard that they need to have for their businesses to be connected or to be able to use. Do you have like how should I explain this?
No, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. So it's a dashboard, and it is through our HRIS system. So when companies work with us, they get an HRIS platform, and that HRIS platform has a dashboard that shows them all of their contacts for each area, and it gives them their emails, their phone numbers, so that they can contact the specific a person assigned to their account. So they do have a dashboard. Through the HRIS system is how they're able to communicate and get all of these benefits. Through the HRIS system, they're also able to look at their employee benefits policies, which is really my specialty. And one of the biggest things that I do for businesses is their medical insurance, their dental, their vision, the comprehensive benefits package. All of that is tied into this specific platform. And that then is also given the employees a self-service site, so that they can go into their own information, and they can look at their pay stubs, they can view their benefits, they can request PTO, time off, they can look at doing their open enrollment. Everything is in one place, one platform, and one dashboard. So it's a single sign-on as well, meaning that you go to one place with one login, not all these different places, because some of our competitors don't have single sign-on, which we do. So one place, one platform, you know, and that's really how everything comes together.
Well, that's good to know. And I know, I remember back in my days when we used to work for corporations, we have multiple different platforms to go to different places.
Yeah.
You know, one for healthcare, one for dental, and you needed to use because they were not necessarily integrated into a single platform. Now, does your organization, if they integrate that platform and if they have a different CRM within the company, can they merge to a particular CRM internally within the company to make that platform integratable?
So we do integrate with their accounting platform and their accounting software. We integrate with their time and attendance. If they don't want to utilize our time and attendance system and they want to utilize a different system, we do integrate with that system as well. So we integrate on the front end and on the back end, but we do not integrate with CRM. Our system doesn't have anything to do with CRM at all. Okay, this is only related, not client related.
Perfect. No, that's good to know. Sometimes we have employees and we consider the employees our client, right? So it's just basically the way I look at it is like that. They're clients just like anybody else, that we make sure that their service are met. Okay,
Yeah, of
you know what I
course.
mean? It's just business, regular business.
Hey, it's just business.
Yes, yes, yes. Now let me ask you this: in continuation with the business growth, what kind of certification or additional credentials, etc. Otherwise, you know what I'm talking about. Your company needs to have, or companies alike like you need to have, so that the common user or the business user who needs your service, they should be looking for when they're looking for a company like yours. If there's any type of certification that is required by law or by legality wise, or do you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so basically, yeah, there's a couple of different things that you need to look for. You need to make sure that the company that you're working for is certified and accredited. There is what we call a CPEO certification, and that's a certification with the IRS, meaning that we have to make sure that we go through a series of tests and a series of regulations that were, given by the IRS to get the certification. And what that means for the client, it means that they can rest assured that their premiums and their taxes and everything is going to be paid in a timely manner, and that they're not liable if they're not, right? That falls on us. The number two is the ESAC accreditation. That ESAC accreditation means that we are bonded and we're backed and financially stable company. So you want to make sure that you get somebody certified and accredited without a doubt. Other than that, I'm also licensed here in the state of Texas as a licensed agent. So when I explain benefits versus somebody else that is not licensed to explain those products, they really are not educated in that area. So I'm also licensed. My HR consultants are certified in what is called SPHR certification. So all my HR consultants are certified and licensed as well.
In other words, which type of categories of business entities is ideal for you?
Yeah, so any company that has 10 or more employees is an ideal client for us. Any company that is a startup, maybe doesn't know how to set up these areas. And the common way to set these areas up is what we call multi-vendor versus our solution, which is an all-in-one solution. So we are selling the all-in-one solution where you go to one company for everything instead of going to separate vendors like a payroll company and then a broker for benefits, a broker for workers' comp and GL, a tax person that does your taxes, an HR person that does your HR. You hire us as an all-in-one solution. So somebody that's looking to become leaner, somebody that's looking to streamline operations, somebody that's looking to save money and become more efficient in their operations, that is an ideal client for us. But any client over 10 employees is a potential client for us.
Very nice. And where can our listeners go and learn more about you and what you do to connect with you?
Yeah, so I have my own website, which is peolady.com. Also our company's website, which is engagepeo.com. And I'm sure we'll be adding that here on the bottom with all of my social media pages. My LinkedIn page, Blanca Abbud MBA, is probably my widest sought out page, and I have 15,000 followers all over the US. So please feel free to follow me on LinkedIn, where I share educational videos and educational information on a weekly basis with my on my platforms with my followers. I also have my own YouTube page, which is PEO Lady, Blanca Abbud, PEO Lady. And then I also have my own business page on Instagram and Facebook. You can look me up on there as well. Blanca Abbud MBA is my business pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, I see them all the time. You share a lot of that stuff with me since I know you for many years now.
Yeah.
Hey, Blanca, I really appreciate you being part of and participating on Inside Stories of Franchising. And I wish you a lot of the great success.
Thank
I look forward
you.
to know more about you in the future and your business exciting and progressing.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ricardo, for having me.
You've been listening to the Inside Story on Franchising with your host, Ricardo Matos. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review on your preferred podcast listening platform. That way, you'll never miss a new episode, and you can help spread the word to more entrepreneurs like yourself. We really appreciate that effort, and we'll catch you next time.